Right. Well, welcome everyone to JAWS Coffee Chat, Mental Health Awareness Podcast.
DJ, can you get us live on Instagram?
Sure can. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's try this again. Welcome to JAWS Coffee Chat, Mental Health Awareness. And today we have a couple of guests with us. Diane and all right, is that better?
Yes, now I'll hear you. Good.
Okay. We will get this right in a minute. Especially if I pull up the scripts. Obviously, I am new at this, folks, so I apologize. I am still learning. Yep, exactly. One more thing to pull up and we will be ready. All right, one more time. Welcome to the JAWS Coffee Chat Mental Health Awareness. Thank you for joining us for this episode on April 17th, 2023. This is another episode of Mental Health Awareness. Today we have with us our wonderful leader, Jen Whitaker, and Jennifer A. Whitaker, therefore JAWS. Jennifer A. Whitaker, yes. We have Kurt Roskoff in the background with us, helping us promote this into YouTube and a couple other channels. I'm EJ Oberkirsch, OMI VA Admin Services, and our two guests today are Diane Rousseau. Did I say that right?
Diane Rousseau.
Rousseau. Sorry about that. And Heidi Albrecht. Now I will, let's see, be sure to share and like and subscribe to our social media pages and groups on YouTube channel and wherever you happen to find us. A special thanks to Lawrence Wingate of Wingate TV, Marcus Hart of Transform U Media, Zach Clayton of the PAC channel, and Jay Stoy of the Disability Channel for replaying our shows on their platforms. So let's get this show fully started, and I'm going to turn this over to Jennifer A. Whitaker.
About the Can you tell me more about your like what you do and your services?
Yeah, we're having a little trouble hearing you, Jennifer, just so you know. There's a lot of bubbling in the back.
Is that better?
It's a little louder if these bubbles are still there.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yes, my name is Diane Rosso, and I was introduced to I see it means from the sea, and it changed my life. I met Heidi on the the IKEA team that I'm also on. And I have watched it absolutely transform.
I'm sorry, I think that's what you did, but actually we put it on mute while all the rest were talking.
Yep, I'm muted.
Is that gonna be set?
Yeah, I think it might be Heidi. Heidi, try muting.
A microphone, doesn't have to cost that. I'll be muted.
Jay, can you mute that
That
soon,
is like
please?
camera.
Mute that soon.
Like it's a process. Number and after muting.
In the revolving cycle of trying to manage a negative symptom in their body. They receive a diagnosis, they receive a prescription, time goes on, they receive a new symptom, a new diagnosis, and a new prescription. And it just.
That sounds like too familiar. That's why, and that's very sound like what Heidi had to say. This time when she invited you as well, because my list is 3 pages long with different lines of different diagnoses. It's exactly what you said. It was this one, then that is because of something. It could even be a side effect of a prescription, right?
That's right. That's exactly right, Jennifer. Yeah.
And then you get on medication for the. Because the thing is that the diagnosis, and you end up like me on a handful of medicine, and 3 pages long diagnosis that you may only have one, right?
Yes, and in 2 years' time, the person I met on the most prescriptions to date was 42. A day.
Okay, I
And
want to put
what,
because mine is 10 of the prescriptions, but others are because our over-the-counter stuff like for allergies and other stuff. But if you count all that over-the-counter stuff, I might have to be.
it's just amazing to me. And so what are they missing, Jennifer? What are the doctors missing? What are the people missing? We're missing that when we get sick, we're sick at the cell level. The symptom and effect of the cells that are sick. So we need to treat the cells. And if you think of, you know, how our body, it's just such a miracle how our body wants to heal itself and has all of the proper materials to do so within us. What happens with age alone, we stop producing enough of these cell signaling molecules just with growing older. So when we get hit with sickness, disease, trauma, stress, then it gets even worse. So what is ASEA? ASEA is a defense, it's a repair, it's a replacement of sick cells. You heal the cells, you heal the body. So let's talk about what ASEA is.
In some cases, can sick cells be like big together or other definitions of sick as opposed to being a literal kind of definition of sick.
So you keep cutting out. You have a lot of static in your mic, Jennifer. But I think what you're saying is, what is the definition of a sick cell? Is that what you're asking? So inflammation in the body is what's called oxidative stress at the cellular level. Parasites can munch away on cells and cause damage. The toxicity of what we are breathing, eating, drinking, all of those things cause damage to the cell. So there's just many things that we do both knowingly and unknowingly that will cause damage at the cellular level. Now, if you think about a phone, think about your cell phone, and when you have a really good connection, you probably have 4 bars that are really strong on your phone.
I was gonna say, and does it sound better when I talk like this?
Not yet, but keep trying. It sounded, maybe it sounded louder, but it was still stressful.
Heidi, try to say something that when I was can you hear me? Okay. So what I was going to say is, based on what you're saying is a 6 cell. Like you get in line with my dog's diet, where it's all about what we eat. So my dog science podcast, it's 9 a.m. Central Mondays. Talk about eating stuff free of 4 major allergens: gluten, soy, milk, and egg. But what I've been learning, and I'm trying to integrate with that, which seems like something related to where you're going, is the need to not consume processed food that has chemicals or other like dye and stuff added, because it sounds like you're saying that that's part of why so many people in the world, not just Americans, just for sick, because we're eating chemicals, dyes, and all this stuff that makes it, you know, it being whatever kind of food more eye appealing, but also more dangerous in some ways. I mean, not so life threatening, but sickening, right?
So yes, and that's just one aspect, is the food. There are 5 main pillars that we have to address when we're talking about having healthy cells. One is nutrition, one is hydration, one is how much rest are we getting, one is how much stress is being imposed upon us, and the 5th is movement. are we moving? And as you know, and I know, everybody knows that when you are sick, you don't feel like moving. When you are taking prescriptions, you are putting toxicity into your body. You may find, I haven't yet, but you may find if you look at the medicine and what's in it and look up every word that's impossible to pronounce, that there is a great deal of toxicity in your pill. There is also toxicity in
Yes, one of my best friends, a medical doctor, he told me how some medications that ends up being fentanyl are made a quote good part of mold and milk. Yeah.
there you go. I looked up some
So that's what I'm seeing that based on what you just said, and then like, oh, it's kind of the company reason, isn't it?
yeah, and I've looked up many medications that had one medication for an MS patient had acetone in it. That's what you put on your fingernails before you put on fake nails. Why would you inject that? Another medication
Yeah,
that was
it's like the blue-black material, right?
glue. Another medication that my daughter was on for ADHD had 3 methamphetamines in it. 3 methamphetamines. Now, Jennifer, do you think if a 9-year-old is given,
Child,
right? But
You wind up on that, you go to the doctor, you go the street dealer.
that's right. And so we,
Of course, I cannot speak for it, but it's kind of we thought this new thing about there's a site on who's just announcing something in the world, at least our nation's going on, is that a lot of people are concerned about street drugs becoming illegal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's kind of I'm not or pointing out anything about what site the rest of us are on, but we know that there's at least one, which is the marijuana and CBD without THC, and that's what I'm thinking about. Like, if that pill is basically meth or methamphetamine, how do you say it? That still doesn't that sound like there's some correlation right there about the legality and the trying to become legal of something that's illegal for a reason?
right. Right. And now,
I mean, I'm not arguing the why is the reason, but I have some my own beliefs that we all are prone and have the right to have and be on whatever side. But whether you support it or not, isn't that kind of concerning and alarming?
it's shocking. And if you look at the percentages of children 3 decades ago that were diagnosed with ADHD and look at the numbers today, it's a straight up line like this. Well, when you put a 9-year-old on ADHD meds that's full of methamphetamine, guess what? At 18, they're needing multiple meds to do the same thing because of the toxicity in the first med they were put on at 9 that held them captive and addicted them. So if any mother knew, they would never put their child on that medication, but they trust the doctor and they don't look at the words that are that long and look them up and really identify what's in it. So it's just been,
And in most cases, people can't. Because that requires a certain level of understanding of history and pathology and other things, and not everybody has to be able to do, you're saying, to look them up and to actually be able to understand. And
well,
what all that
it's
stuff
very
is.
intimidating, Jennifer. It's very intimidating to open up your pill cap and pull out the insert, right? And it's all tiny, 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 tiny print. But if you look up the words of what's inside the medication, if you just look up the words, you may not understand the words and some of the words that are in the descriptor, but you will see things like white powder substance for thickening ink. Anyone can understand that. There's lots of things like that that you will find if you just look up the word. So, we mass dose people. We're drug dealers in the medical arena. We're just drug dealers to try to manage symptoms instead of getting to the real bottom line, which is healing the cells. So if we go back to the usually,
Wonder if that's why so many doctors, I know for myself in, with all my long list of different conditions, I have to see a huge list of doctors. I can't count how many I have to see, all these different specialists in them. And what seems to be pretty uniform for all of them is it's all about taking medicine because supplements don't work. Supplements don't have enough research to prove anything. And supplements are just a bunch of marketing. And all these other things is why if it's a supplement, stay away from it. If it's a pharmaceutical, go for it. Really, it works. Not as you.
yeah. And that's what we've been programmed to believe. But let's go back, Jennifer, if we can, to the cell phone for a minute. The 4 bars on the cell phone get you a really good signal. When you don't have that kind of transmission of the energy going on, bouncing between the cells, you're down in your ability to heal the cells, way down. So we talked about the 5 pillars of health, stress, trauma, and disease cause this malfunction, or think of it even as a light switch. It's dimming the light switch on the ability for your body to heal. And so what ASEA does is it comes in and it's leading bits of energy. The molecules themselves that our body makes have been stabilized outside of the human body in this big blue bottle. You drink it to replenish those cell signaling molecules, and you're turning the light switch up. So you're getting rid of the disease cells, you're repairing the ones that it can, and with every repair that happens, with every replacement that happens, the light switch is getting turned up, 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 up. And I think that's really what's important to understand about ASEA is what it's not. It is not a vitamin. It's not a mineral. It's not an antioxidant or an exotic juice. It's not a CBD oil. It is cell signaling molecules that our body makes. So by the nature of the fact that our body makes them already, they are completely non-toxic, completely. And so anyone on any medication, this will not interfere with your medication, but I have watched many, many people off of medication under doctor's orders. I'm not a doctor. Under doctor's orders, they go, you don't need that anymore. You don't need that high blood pressure pill anymore. I'm perplexed. What happened? It's because the light switch is being turned back on. And the good things we're eating and the good supplements we're taking, ASEA increases the efficacy of their ability to support your system. So it really is.
What you just said made me think of, like the whole idea about Dr. Salt's core supplement. It's fascinating, like a huge was probably 40 something. You count all my supplements and not just prescriptions. One of them was called thyroid support. Because all these different stuff combined, especially by somebody's research, was proven to help treat hypothyroidism, which I had diagnosed. Do you know what happened after 2 or 3 years of taking it every day? My primary care doctor, one of the ones I told you this is supplements don't work. He said I no longer had hypothyroidism. And so he said, I just stopped taking anything I take for it because apparently I don't need it. Well, yeah, granted, that's probably why I didn't need it, because I wasn't on any prescriptions for it. All I had to control it was a supplement that he still wouldn't credit that it was a supplement that healed it. We believe healed, because I still don't show these signs of it, 4 or 5, 6 years later. I still don't show hypothyroidism, but I never took a prescription for it. I only took that supplement.
Yeah,
So and there are talking about that the stuff that maybe stuff we haven't heard of, because it's not vitamins or other things we know. But they are natural sources of some kind, but there's healing power. That's really what I like to emphasize to listeners.
There are a lot of good products out there that are healing and that are natural for the body. The key is which ones are they and how do you find them? And you find them again by doing the research of what's in them, because you might have a good supplement, but it's put in a case or a pill casing that has that powdered substance in it. You know, when they take different kinds of like vitamin C and they put a hard coating around it so that it will have a much longer shelf life. There's toxicity in those hard coatings oftentimes. So you just have to be very mindful of the supplements you're taking and looking for all natural food, biodegradable capsules, those kinds of things, so that the body can break them down. Now, ASEA increases the glutathione by 800%, and that's the master dishwasher. You know, your liver is the master dishwasher. So you need that glutathione to help you, and that is why it will also help the efficacy of any of the good products that you're putting in your system and be able to absorb. And Heidi is
I'm here. I just am not on video. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Yes, as we're about out of time, so I'll just turn it back to you, Heidi. Are you still with us?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hear me? So, where do you see, can you basically tell our listeners where all this and Miss Diane has shared, and how does that tie into mental health? And I want to give this as your part for our closing.
Yeah, I was extremely, I really thought I was in my end rope. I thought I was going to die. I was really depressed. There was a dark cloud. It was horrible. I mean, I'm 52. I was 52 then, and I'm 53 now. And now it's so much better. But I was really just, I couldn't hold myself up. My head wouldn't really stay up, and like just in a bed, just laying there, not being able to do anything. It's hard to brush my teeth, hard to just see, hard to just do anything. And ASEA came across our lives, thanks a path, praise God, because after this one, the first sip, my husband and I both felt a complete uplifting, like this dark cloud was lifted and there was hope back. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to try it.
That was a,
Yeah.
so maybe the immediate sign of relief of depression, the so to say dark cloud lifting, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. You know, it took a little while. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I'm perfect. You know, I'm still healing. But I have a neurological disorder that I was diagnosed 25 years ago. So there's a lot of damage there. It's going to take some time. But I am very hopeful that will turn around and I will have better quality of life, which I do already in this last year and like 4 months. So much better than it was. And I'm very happy to stay. And it is a 30-day money back guarantee. So I thought, well, what do I have to lose? I don't have anything to lose because it's natural, completely normal to the body because we make it, you know, just deplete over time. So it's worth a try, you know, and it's not toxic.
Definitely.
It's not harmful to you at all. If anything, it will help
And
you.
based on that, will you tell listeners where to go on the internet or the phone number to call or text if they're interested?
Yeah, sure. My name is Heidi Albrecht. My phone number is 512-923-9056. You can text me or call me. I'm happy to talk to anybody. Just give a call. And you can book on our website. It is about Redox. So it'll give you general information, but if you'd like to order, contact me or Diane. The The website is http://discover redox redox.com. And they have everything there. There's videos, there's testimonies, there's a lot of information, but I do have more information for you. So if you don't get enough there. So it's
You know, and Jennifer, if I might say, when I first
Yeah.
met Heidi, she couldn't sit up in bed. And now I call her, you know, every once in a while and say, did you stand up today? And once she did, she stood up that day. So she's always up now and dressed.
I bet now we're squealing in happiness.
But
I bet we're squealing in happiness.
yes, very happy.
and when I first met her, she was talking about for the first time in years, her and her husband could actually connect eyeball to eyeball.
See each other.
Yeah, she couldn't even control her own eyes to connect with the love of her life. And so that just chokes me up saying it and repeating it. But, you know, Heidi had such an amazing story. And mine was more about inflammation in my joints, not being able to open a bottle of water. I have titanium hips, so I couldn't walk very far. I was 40 pounds heavier because I just couldn't move enough. And it just brought me back to life, getting that inflammation out of my body, repairing the cells around my joints, getting the leg cramps out of my calves. And it's just, you know, I'm 67 and I didn't care that I was 67. I shouldn't be so crippled. That didn't matter to me that I was 67. I didn't feel inside. I think all of us know this one. I felt like I was 40, except for I couldn't open a bottle of water. What was that? So, you know, different kinds of issues. Why is Heidi so different than mine? And it still works for both of us? Because the foundation that every organ, every lymphatic system, blood system, you know, neurological system is all built on a foundation of cells.
And no one has to suffer. That's the thing. That's the greatest thing about
No,
it.
no.
You don't have to.
So we're out of time, but hopefully the y'all two ladies be with us again in the next week or two.
Yeah,
We love that.
yeah, that'd be great.
Listen to this conversation, and it was great. With Miss Diane and Heidi and Susan.
Yes, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Yes, thank you so much.
About great. TJ, are you ready for the next part?
Hopefully. Hopefully I am.
We're trying to do better. We all have somewhere that's what I say.
Yep. All right. Jen, did you have any announcements to share?
You know, we would love the building here for our visual. I do some time with it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I would like to thank. Go ahead.
I want to let everybody know that we will have one next week. I will see my life. I'll do out soon and out the end of May. And also that we now have from 2 to 3 other podcasts. This month is April of 2023 that we had in March 2023. All we have two, and there's a third and fourth one coming out that will probably be starting in May as additional Friday shows that are hosted by John Farr. Right now, you will only find me to bring this up on this one with Ms. Dalton about awareness. The Doll started at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern on a Monday mornings this week. And I also am on the Friday ones One of them's at 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. That's Sandy Buller. It's called, Joel, Follow Your Dreams. He's a medium and there. And another one is gonna be on the last Friday of the month. Except for this month, April, she'll be on time out of work, for a special occasion with family last Friday of April. So with the exception of April, she's on the last Friday of the month. And for April, Amy Barley Live show, which is an interview talk show about Amy Barley and the book Underwriting Her Services and so much more about her and her mission. And it's at 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock, like 1 p.m. On Friday, April 21st. But generally, with the exception of April, she's sick at 12 o'clock Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, on the last Friday of every month. Also, for those of you who have seen me before, you know that I'm also part of Aspire Women for Excellence, that you can look up on the internet to find the Bible studies, events and other things where people often find me. And able to meet a spiritual walk through entrepreneurship network team, coffee chat for bounce information off each other, kind of brainstorm together as a team, and obviously Bible studies. So forth. That's ASPIRE or like FO are women, like Aspire Women for Excellence. ASPIRE women FO are excellence.com. If you're at the right website, you will find the weekend and different events page. You can also look her up for a certain period of time on meetup.com by looking up Aspire Women for Excellence, ASPIRE Women FOR Excellence, and you'll probably see I think says Aspire Women for Excellence, and if you click on it, you'll see a picture of a young girl with her brown hair and a ponytail. At least you do. You can buy it. Anyway, it's great to have everybody. Please stay that like, subscribe, give us your opinion. If you want to be on the show, please go to calvary.com/JAUS coffee chat at CALVENDL.com/JAUS coffee chat. That's how you schedule to be on this podcast. If you also want to be heard or something related to the topics of each show. If you're interested in what I definitely would do in my script writing, book writing, or my writing, editing, and publishing service, just for other people, please go to www.booksandzmore by Jennifer AWHITAKER.com. www.booksandzmore.com. And there you will find my podcast, different shows, as well as my books, and so much more that I am always looking for new people to work with and to help in various ways based on my various professions and products and stuff. Back to you. Yeah.
All right. Once again, thanks to everybody for joining us today. Our next episode will be next week, same time, same place. Be sure to subscribe to our channels or our page where you found us. And until next time, we wish you a productive and enjoyable week. Have a great time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.